HelloJTello, get the fuck in the house.
Okay, my bad.
Hello there. Good evening. ¿Cómo estás? Konnichiwa. Hola. Mazel tov, bitches. Editor, cut that out, trim it out, leave it in. You're looking real good right now. You lose some weight recently? Keep him on high alert, because you never know when he's got to get shot. However, settle down or you all get packed in Minecraft where I said what I said. Also, shout out to the Poland Springs. Can we open the mic a little bit? Why did you hand me it like a WWF fucking skit? Like I'm about to shoot like I'm The Rock or some shit? Let's get a little Poland Spring. I feel a cloggage in the fat lane, aisle 14. Oh, you tried to poison me. He tried to poison me. It was a quick poison. Settle down, I'll kiss you. However, though, ladies and gentlemen, we've been having a beautiful time past 2 days with Season of Discovery. I've been welcomed with open arms, all jokes aside. Thank you guys also for just the warm comments, the multiple messages, the Discord DMs, the in-game comments, and just people being very welcoming. Also, shout out to Crusade. Thank you guys also for just having me. It's a pleasure and an honor. And just everybody who just honestly just been so kind, you know, both Horde and Ally. And, you know, I took a break, you know, a couple months back. And just to see where I am already at now, how fast you can catch up in Season of Discovery, I'm already ready for Nax. I mean, dude, I banged out Kharazan Crypts, which was absolutely badass. And honestly, I can't wait to keep, you know, going through it and playing it again. I don't want to, like, go over and spam it, you know, nonstop, because I don't want to burn myself out on that specific dungeon. But, man, that dungeon was, like, straight out of, like, you know, Dark Souls, you know, like some Elden Ring style dungeon that they decided to go with, which I'm so happy they finally expand upon, you know, Kharazan Crypt, something that was long awaited and long overdue. And to be honest, I'm going to be, you know, keep it straight up frank with you. I played all of, you know, the War Within during the first season, and all the dungeons that I did there, and this is just my personal opinion, none of those dungeons compare to what they did in SOD with Kharazan Crypts. Just from an aesthetic point of view and how cool it was, you know, honestly, it really was really nice to see this thing finally come to life. And I just had nothing but a blast, you know. I felt like the bosses were very fun. It has a nice challenge to it. And it's a good pace, you know. It's very different from every other dungeon that we've ever done in Classic before. But for the most part, genuinely, just an awesome time. So I got to give credit to the devs over there at SOD and Agron and all them. Good job, guys. Honestly, you really killed it. Besides that, though, the catch-up in SOD has been amazing. Like, I already got to rank 7 on the seal. I already am 7 out of 8 for sanctified items, preparing myself for Nax. And honestly, it's just like really fast to get back into Season of Discovery. It's kind of like mind-blowing how quick you can catch up, whether you're leveling, whether you're trying to, you know, get involved with multiple raids. The cities are actually packed and people are playing. The LFG board is like actually active. There's summons being summoned all across from the Eastern Kingdoms to Kalmador. It's like, this is like, what's going on? Like, I'm kind of shocked right now. It almost reminds me of the prime days of the earlier phases, right before, you know, Sunken Temple. But I must say, man, for the most part, this has been the most fun that I've had with Season of Discovery ever since I came back, you know, in a long time, you know. And Phase 5, when I did, you know, take my break, it was fun. I had a good time. I just wanted to try different things, right? You know, grow the channel in different ways and try, you know, variety of games, which, don't get me wrong, we still do variety on the channel. But, man, this is right now, in my opinion, like the peak way of playing Season of Discovery for anyone who's trying to just get involved. And if you feel, you know, like there's a fear of missing out, or maybe you were burnt out from a previous phase, I really think you should reconsider it, honestly, if you really feel like that, you know, Season of Discovery at some point just wasn't for you, because a lot of stuff has changed, even for myself, from, you know, a paladin's perspective, you know, from like, you know, the tuning of the abilities, and how there's a multitude of different gear now with different varieties of different set bonuses that you can reapply through a vendor system to, like, you know, your shoulder enchants, for example. And it just goes very in-depth with the multitude of different armor styles and the way you want to play your class, especially if you want to, you know, do PvP, or if you want to, you know, just have a dungeon set, or if you just want to do it for different styles of raiding. The list goes on, and I gotta say, this is really cool the amount of different itemization and variety of gear that I feel like I'm just like playing around with a bunch of Legos and I'm just making something, happen. And this is the best part all about it. And honestly, for me, I really feel like that's just an extremely enjoyable time from, a person that, loves to see things become in depth or loves to see itemization of like gear get used for like later on purposes and things don't need to be forgotten about. I mean, Sod is taking that to an all-time high, which I'm very happy about, and I'm just looking forward towards the future because, after we're all done with Nax, we're going to be moving on to the whole Scarlet Enclave stuff, and honestly, I feel like the door is just opening up to endless possibilities at this point, where I remember when I was shooting videos like months back, I remember this was like during phase 2 or probably when I was doing like the walks around Azeroth, if you guys remember those old videos, and I was like talking about theory crafting of possible, the Scarlet Raids and how the lore was going to be involved, and if they were going to do something with like Tyr's Hand and Harp's Glen and all these locations in the Plague Lands, right? And now that this is going to come into fruition, it leaves me to wonder what other possible things are they going to do, PVE oriented, or bring back some special things that we've been waiting to see or they've had hidden in the cabinet for quite some time. The possibilities are endless. I'm just bursting with excitement thinking about it because you never know what the SOD dev team is going to do. We've got Kharazan Crypts. They did a very great dungeon. I'm looking forward to other possible great dungeons that they can do. And even in the past with Demonfall Canyon, that was fun. I loved what they did with that, and even adding another boss to that instance as well. But honestly, it's really showing me that these devs, they give a shit about what they're doing. And I understand for some people, that they might have felt burnt out on side. Hell, it even happened to me during phase 5. And maybe some people got burnt out in general from bad experiences with a guild, or maybe they felt like they just couldn't catch up as fast as they wanted to. There's a lot of reasons why a person would stop playing a specific game, right? But I'm telling you right now, from a person who took a nice little break, right, and has came back, and I already feel like I'm already raid ready, I'm already prepared to get back in the mix. It's honestly a perfect time. And the one thing I will say, because everything's not always perfect, right? And trust me, I know about things not always being perfect in life. You can't always having a happy ending with everything, right? The current thing right now that I've noticed that is not as active is Battlegrounds. I do think it is slowed down quite a bit, which I do hope in the next, phase, or if the Scarlet Enclave, whatever they introduce with that there is a little bit more love and support and possible, intuitive to, do PvP, to get involved with BGs, because I really think there is a very, nice scene on the, classic SOD side where people enjoy PvP. And for some people, they don't like it because it's too bursty. I 100% understand that. But people still enjoy it, right? And if people enjoy it, they want to see something new. And what I think personally what they should do is either, one, add a new battleground that is Scarlet, raid themed, right? Since we're going with the Scarlet Enclave, let's make a Scarlet, style battleground. That would be pretty cool, depending on where they want to put it. I think number 2, they should add some type of bounty system where you basically have an ability to, make a bounty, and you can, get gold from it, you can get rewards from it, some type of consumables from it, maybe some type of gearing from it, and, it incentivizes more open world PvP as well. Or even 3, possibly arenas, right? Which is a very possible thing that they can do for Season of Discovery just to test it out. I remember I said this a while back too, that this is all seasonal realms, and at the end of the day, they're allowed to use this as a play test for something bigger in the future, whatever that might be, right? But for the most part, go wild, I think they did a great job with this phase, and I am honestly blown away. It's been very fun. I've been enjoying myself, and I can't recommend it enough. So, guys, from a person who's taken a break and I was walking like a retired old man, all right? And I'm not that old, so settle down or you'll get slapped. I said what I said, sir. Or ma'am, depending who you are. But yes, I think it is worth getting involved with. And for the most part, I think, honestly, Season of Discovery is doing a pretty damn good job. I'm running out of breath, and I need to go get me a steak with some potatoes. And don't hate on the mustache, all right? Maybe the Ron Jeremy's in effect. Who knows what's going on? But I think I look pretty damn good. I'll kiss you right now. However, a little pulled spring to end the video right now. Shout out to the Hydration Nation and all the people who has been in support of HelloJTello and just honestly rocking me the whole way. Much love to you guys. You guys deserve everything good in life. And let's have a nice drink, shall we? Oh, yes. This was cleansed by Kharazan himself. I will make sure to shove this bottle straight up his asshole once I'm in there. However, though, bon voyage, amigos. Locking in. Keep on keeping on, all that good stuff. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Make sure to get your liquid gel Advils. And if you down a whole bottle, it might be your last headache. Cut the video, editor.